What's up, y'all? Bienvenidos. It's your girl Naya Williams, and I'm back with another video. Yes, long time no see, guys. I know it's been a minute since I made a video, an actual video. I know I uploaded one not that long ago, but that was from a long time ago. So technically, I haven't recorded for like maybe about a month or two. So it's been a while. How y'all doing? In this video today, yes, it's another part of the Chakra healing series. I know in my last video I told y'all that I didn't really know if I was going to continue it or not, but I believe that some of these things some of these topics that I want to talk about, instead of putting it in my Let's Talk About It podcast, I'm going to put it along my Chakra healing podcast. So it is, my Chakra healing series, which is technically a podcast, but hey, here we are. But for this video, I'm gonna be talking about duality. Yes, duality, yin and motherfucking yang, baby. If you don't know, now you motherfucking know. So if you got your drink, if you got your smoke, light up, pull up, y'all already know what to do, and let's get into it. Now, y'all, the reason why I want to talk about duality and what I have come into full realization with, integrated with, let me put that on mute. Now, the reason why I want to talk about duality is because this is something that I have integrated with. This is something that I've really been talking a lot on in the real world with people around me, my friends, my co-workers, my family members. I've been talking to people about this balance and how it's not about whether something is good or bad. It's about making sure that it's right for you. And each individual person is unique, and something that might seem bad to me might be good to you, vice versa. I even said that in my last chakra healing video about having faith in your own alignment. And I was talking to an older lady today at work, and we were even talking about how for each person it's unique and it's individual, even if it has something to do with lower vibrational or demon time. People still have the right to be in that space, and there is still God in that space. It just looks different. And one thing that I am also coming into realization with and healing is my relationship with God. And it is something that I'm starting to understand. It's a love for all things, no matter what it may look like. And that's humbling me as a person, and it's making me realize that everybody has their own song that they sing to, their own dance that they dance to, their own rhythm that they move to. So I have a place, and I have to understand where my place is, what my dance is, what my rhythm is, what my song is, what my soul is on this planet to experience. And that's for me to experience. And that's not for me to tell people how their experience is or teach them about, like, I don't have no entitlement, basically, or no say-so in how somebody else should be going about their life, right? So it really humbles me as a human, as a person, and also as I'm growing older and as I am still experiencing things in life and meeting new people, it's helping me come to this space where I can understand everybody. Like, you can tell me something straight up, but what I'm hearing, because I'm an active listener, what I'm hearing is that this is what it is. And for some people, it's all about your perspective and how open your mind is. A lady that I listened to before, Nicole, she talked about she calls it the spiritual bandwidth, what you can understand and comprehend when it comes to other people in their life and their experience. Are you closed-minded to other people having a truth, or are you open-minded to the fact that everybody has a truth? Two things can exist at the same time. So it's like and that's where I say the duality, the balance in it, because even though I know I'm right in my truth and you know that you're right in yours, it doesn't mean that we're supposed to discredit each other in our experience or try to how do I say it, write each other's story. Okay, it's not my place to narrate your story, and it's not your place to narrate mine. And if there's something that you don't understand, you ask questions. Oh my gosh, I've said that so many times about asking questions, and that's what helps me understand the dance within other people, like the rhythm that their soul is on, the vibration that they're on, because, and it's all about active listening. Like I've said in one of my videos, it's not just about what you see, it's about using all of your senses, like what you hear, what you taste, what you're feeling. Like it's not just about your feelings, it's also about what you're hearing. You know what's going on right now, using your common sense to understand the situation, and then understand that, take my feelings out of this and let's see for what it really is, and understand each other. So it also has that dance or that balance in duality also has a lot to do with having core values and areas where connection and understanding is actually something that you cherish deeply. And when I say cherish deeply, I mean like it has to be a core value. It has to be a belief that you can understand people because you have that skill to ask questions and get a deeper understanding. Even if you are still confused, you still step into that space of, hey, can you explain it to me a little bit better because I'm not understanding it. Some people don't get to that point because there is, I would call it a blockage too, but there is a level of uncomfortability that they feel. You know, it might be shame, or it might be some type of disappointment, but it all comes from childhood. Like if you can't fully understand somebody, or your level of comprehension is very low, that's because you wasn't raised or taught those certain skills. So it's all about teaching yourself that too when you get older, like figuring out what it is that your inner child needs, and being that parent for yourself, and teaching yourself a new way of living. And that duality comes in where it's like, do I go about life in the old way that I used to go about it, or do I go about it in this new way that I'm teaching myself how to be, that has values and morals and beliefs embedded in what I believe is true for me. And when we still choose to go about life in the way that we used to do it, but in our minds we have that core belief, it won't line up what manifests in your reality. And that's a lot of things that you got to look at too. What's happening in your reality, in your time right now, in your present moment, in your vibration, in your environment. What's going on? What is manifesting for you? Not what you think is going to happen for somebody else, and all your focus and attention is on what's happening for somebody else. No, what's happening for you. If you say your core values and your beliefs are embedded in these things, then why are you not attracting people who value those same exact things and who live by those same exact things? And it's because there's something within you that's not reflecting, is not a reflection of those values. So it's like that's finding out the duality. That's finding out the, okay, I have something that I need to correct. Not necessarily say that it's bad, but if it does a lot of damage for you, then you can consider it bad, but more like an upgrade. Like, damn, this software is out of motherfucking date. I need to upgrade this shit. And once you get into the rhythm of upgrading your software, your brain, your programming, what your beliefs and values are, you'll understand that it is a part of what manifests in your reality. For example, I have a strong belief in community and coming together and having that type of communal unconditional love that's on a vibration where helping each other out doesn't come at the expense of our peace or happiness. And the centerfold of all of our relationship is mutual and reciprocal respect. So because those are the core values in the community that I believe in, the people that I connect with, automatically right off the bat, they respect me. And even though we go through life and we go through different things, and maybe I said something that hurt them, or maybe they said something that hurt me, or I'm confused on something and we talk it out and we problem solve, whatever the case may be, that respect is never lost. Because we understand, you go through something individually, I go through something individually. It is not my place to dictate what's right and what's wrong for you, and it's not your place to dictate what's right and what's wrong for me. And those different things, and having that belief and that core value around just having that type of reciprocated relationship, we can have love for each other, conditional love for each other, and still be able to build a relationship and thrive and grow alongside each other. And because I have these beliefs and these values, man, the people around me, I'm able to build relationships with people. I'm able to network with people. I'm able to build I'm able to build my resources and the people that I know and the people that I know will help me because I have helped them. And it could be something small, like I helped this one of my friends, I helped her organize her closet recently. I helped her organize her closet. The way we went about doing that process, I knew that she respected my time. I knew that she respected the energy that I put into helping her organize her closet, because it was a mess. And she knew it was a mess. And she came to me, she's like, do you need anything? Do you need anything to drink? Do you want anything to eat? I said, yeah, I'm kind of hungry. I'm kind of, okay, I got something downstairs for you. You gonna like, bring it up to me while I'm doing the organization. I'm sitting there, she's vibing to the music with me. We munching on our little snacks and stuff, and it became a vibe, and it was love. And we reciprocated that amongst each other, and the experience didn't involve any conflict or where I can't talk, or I feel like I'm shrinking myself, or if there's lust, so much of it to where we're so focused on it's none of that. It's none of that. It is literally mutual respect, reciprocated energy. So now that I have done my part to help her, if I need anything from her, she's just a phone call away. Hey, can I use X, Y, and Z for A, B, and C? No problem, girl. Shoot, when do you need it? I need it by this day. Okay, you got it. Because when I needed something from you, you came through. So why would I not reciprocate that same energy with you? It's a dance. It's a balance. And in this process of learning how to build these relationships, not only with myself, but with people around me as well, we don't have to be in each other's faces and in each other's energy all the time. We don't. Do we have moments where we miss each other? Yeah, I miss your energy. Let's get together. Let's hang out. Let's have a drink. Let's celebrate. Let's do some type of activity, some bonding activities. And I'm all for it because I have a belief in value in community and coming together. And I also value having my solitude, which is that balance. I found that dance and that balance within myself. So I'm not overextending myself or pouring too much of my energy into something that is good for me, yes, but I know my limit of how much I can give. So I'm not over giving to where now I'm people pleasing. Now I'm doing what everybody else want to do, and I ain't getting shit in return. Like, no, I'm not living that reality because I believe in the duality, and I believe in the balance and the harmony when it comes to the experience between individuals. See, we're all reflections of each other, baby. It's just about how we go about having that relationship. Can we have this relationship and grow it, or are we going to destroy it and be in this space of separation where the generational curse is thriving? Ooh. Let me get into that a little bit. Let me get into that real quick. So, and what I mean by where the generational curse thrives is, I've seen a lot in a lot of communities where if disagreement comes up, or we're not seeing eye to eye, or there's a lack of understanding or comprehending each other's perspective and each other's experience, there is always a crash and an explosion, meaning things separate. And I've seen not only other people and their families go through this, my family has even gone through this, my husband's family has even gone through it, where it's like, where we're supposed to come together and be more intimate and vulnerable with each other, we become more separated and segregated. So we end up separating each other before we actually come together as a community. And it's such a backwards dance, but what I'm learning is that that's how it is now. It is that type of, it has some, in some way, that has to exist in some type of reality, in some type of way, because within that, death becomes life again. And that's the whole circle. That is the whole entire balance. That is the whole entire duality, is death and life. So it's like, we have to grieve the death of old friendships and old relationships with our parents, or a passed away one, or cousins or aunties or whoever it may be, right? Baby mamas, baby daddies. We have to grieve these relationships, even though they're not dead. Majority of them are not dead, but we have to separate and grieve and feel the entire weight of our expectations, because they came from a generational curse that is embedded in us that we haven't fully confronted yet. And once you confront that, then you can start working on building something new and potentially coming back full circle and bringing life to the connection again. And this is something that takes so much time, and there's levels to it, because, and I said this earlier to my coworker, I told her that, respect is earned, it's not given. So when in my community, when we respect each other, we have earned that respect because of the way we showed up, the way that we had our first experience, the way that we interacted with each other on the first time basis, the way that we've connected with each other. Once that first interaction happens, that sets the tone for how everything else is going to go. So if and I've done this before, I have met people, and the way that we have met each other was full of lust and full of a desire for expressing my sexuality, or this idea or this desire to want a family that is whole and that can function in a healthy manner, or having that best friend that is by your side through thick and thin, and all these types of things. We have came in that vibration. We have come together on that vibration, right? But the first time our experience, chaotic, a bunch of confusion, a bunch of going back and forth about things that were not really the issue, but we're saying it's the issue because that's where our feelings are tied to. But once the feelings are gone, we realize the bigger issue or the bigger problem was the lack of communication, or the lack of emotional availability, or the lack of communication or comprehension of what I was saying, right? Which comes from it comes from something else. So it's like, once you it's in layers. Like I said, it's in layers. You have to unfold it, and within time it will all come to fruition, and it will all come full circle. Either way. Hey, that's not nice, what I no. And like I said, it's all a balance. It's all a dance. It's all an understanding. We are all teachers and students of life. There is nobody that is better than the other because I say so. But it's more about the wisdom that you've gained based off of your experience and based off of the lessons that you learned and that you actually integrated with and you live by. I've been through these experiences. These are the values that I have gained from these experiences, and I'm going to live by those values, core beliefs, and morals. You have to practice what you preach. And if you practice the flow of duality, you will be able to understand what you're preaching. Because yes, at one point you was that person that did X, Y, and Z, but now you're moving into something different. And once you understand the dance and the balance between give and take, or the flow of going out and coming in, going out to the community, staying in the isolation, pouring into yourself, pouring into other people, pouring into other people, people pouring back into you being able to nurture that type of flow of energy. Man, every day is a day to be grateful that that balance exists. Because I know some people who are off balance, and a lot of it has to do with fear, guilt, shame, abandonment, not feeling like you're good enough or feeling like you belong. It's all a soul level thing. So my advice to anybody who this resonates with, if it don't resonate with you, it don't resonate with you, so you don't even gotta take this advice. But for the people who do, my advice on finding your dance in this duality is having patience, especially with yourself when you're learning something new, because it takes you having to do this same thing through repetition is how you actually get good at it. People don't master their skills just because they did it on the first time. No, this took time. This took actually experiencing over and over and over again to master this flow. So if you master the flow of your dance and the way that you go about life, in my perspective, in my opinion, there should be a lot more grace for humanity and how other people live their life and do their individual dance. I have seen people who, and when I say seen, I mean on social media, who talk the talk, but they don't walk the walk. And how you gonna preach something that you don't practice? If you're practicing a certain type of ideology, for example, let's say that's polygamy. If that's a belief if that's a belief of yours or a core value of yours, then the feelings that come up when you're in that type of environment is what's going to show you if you really truly believe that. So if some people who actually believe in polygamy and go about having those types of relationships like that, they're going to be okay. They're going to be fine. They know how to navigate it because they've been through this experience. They've been through it. Now they can write books about it, and they can tell stories about it, and they can share their wisdom about how to go about polygamous relationships, non-monogamous relationships, right? Because they've been in it. They've gone through it. But the people who believe in those types of relationships, but they don't live by it, the moment that another person comes into the perspective or comes into the relationship, there's jealousy, there's this, there's that, there's arguments, there's why you ain't do this, or why you giving more love to her, or why you giving more love to him than you giving me. It's all this competitive, comparing, contrasting shit, which shows that this lifestyle, this belief does not align with what you truly believe in to be a core value for you. So that's why you gotta find your dance. And once you find it, that compassion should be there too. It should be. And if it's not, then it's not. And then it's just not there. And you just hate every motherfucker in this world. But hey, that's neither here nor there. That's neither bad or good. There needs to be some people on this planet who hates people, and that's their sole purpose, is to hate. You have a place in this world too, and I appreciate you for being here. I really do, because I'm not against people in their own individual dance. If that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. If you want to be poly, but really you want to be just me and my man, and that's it, and you living a life totally different than that, then you're going to continue to go through that, and that's going to be your lifestyle. But for me, I learned, yeah, poly ain't for me. Non-monogamous shit ain't for me. I actually like being dedicated to one person and only one person. I love giving my time and my energy into that one person in a way where it's like, that's my husband. We're married. We're gonna have a family together. That's the intention. Just like when I give love to my friends and the people in my community, y'all here for a long time. Not a fun time. We in this shit together. So what you mean we ain't being friends no more? Huh? I mean, if you don't want to be, go right ahead, but my intention when I connect with people is to have that connection long term. I don't play about my friends. I don't play about my family. And I damn sure don't play about my husband, because those are my people. Those are the people that I love. And I have a very strong belief and value in community. And I know how to maintain that balance between self and others. So, get on your shit and learn how to live a life full of bliss. I'll see you guys in the next one.